Hello, this webinar is a part of God's Providences in American History series. This title's called Observing the Event of the Miracle on the Hudson. The miracle on the Hudson is an example of mercy in the midst of national judgment. The miracle on the Hudson is a story that's known globally. The Charlotte-bound airplane had just taken off from New York's LaGuardia Airport when it collided with a flock of Canadian geese and lost power to both engines. Rather than trying to return the plane to the airport, the captain guided the plane to a safe landing on the Hudson River. For months afterwards, many passengers struggled to make sense of the sequence of events that aligned themselves so perfectly to create a good outcome. A pilot with the right stuff was flying the plane. The morning snowstorm had given way to clear skies. The river was free of boat traffic and ice. The lack of wind that would have created chop that could have caught a wingtip was not there that particular day, and there were ferries nearby. There are so many things that had to line up and happen correctly. I do wonder, why did this happen? Why in the grand, huge sky did a flock of geese hit our plane and everybody survives? It was a 1 in a billion shot. Why didn't God just move the geese? The pastor that was being interviewed by one of the passengers during this interchange said this: "First, God does move birds for a lot of other planes, but perhaps in a time of such economic despair, the country needed such a happy moment." Another reflection by an executive on the plane who had lost his brother on September 11, 2001, said this: "He thought he was now going to die just blocks away as well. Of all the places to be killed," he thought, "I could not believe this terrible thing would be inflicted on my family." However, these days he wonders about the connection between the two events, that is 9/11 and this miracle on the Hudson of January 15, 2009. How are they related? What does it mean? Well, as the plane was transported some 2 years later to Charlotte, North Carolina, thousands of people watched the truck, the fuselage, and other vehicles in the caravan as it traveled down Interstate 77. Large crowds stood on the highway overpasses and bridges, watching and cheering as the caravan went by. The plane was mobbed by hundreds. People are everywhere. This is what we've seen everywhere we've gone. People are just excited to see this plane. It's been very humbling. As the pastor said, perhaps in a time of such economic despair, the country needed such a happy moment. John Witherspoon, founder or signer of the Declaration of Independence and founding father, said this: "Even in the midst of judgment, God shows off his mercy." My name's Craig Seibert. Thanks for listening.